Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the big, wide, old world. This is How to App on iOS, I think. I don't even know if we're live. I can't tell. I hope so. I'm trying out a new streaming service today. It says we're online, but I can't see any of the chat for some reason. So, hello folks. I don't know if everything's working, if everything's on. If it is, can you let me know? I'm just going to go and have a look at see if I can see my show, if it is actually on. Crazy shit, yeah. I don't know. I can't even see any of the chat. That's really crazy shit. I don't even know how I can sort that out. It says I'm live, so that's cool, but I can't see the chat, so I don't know what that's all about. Let's have a look. If I can click on this and see if it'll show me the chat here. Tom Rochelle, I can see you. Oh, there we go. We've got chat working. Cool. I don't need to look at this anymore. Awesome. An impromptu show. Thank you for joining me. As you can see, I haven't really changed much of the stream. I said I was going to, but I didn't really have time to get around to it. So, but here we are. We're doing another show. Back on track. All is good. Can I put comments on the screen? I don't know. I don't think I can. Can I do it? No, I can't from here. I'll work out how to do that soon. But it looks like we've got people here. So I will say hello to Tom, Rochelle, Stu, Cash. You two are here, so that is good. If anyone else is here, let me know in the chat. Excuse me, I have been up all night. I haven't slept, so that's pretty depressing at this stage. I'm super tired. I'm starting late because the reason I'm actually starting at 8:30 is I couldn't start the stream at the time I wanted to because it was under an hour, so I had to put it back half an hour. So such is life, but here we are. And what are we doing today? We are looking at the final master of my music video, and then in an hour's time from now there is going to be a premiere straight after this, folks. So at 9:30, so in an hour's time, so I'm sorry, 56 minutes time from now, on this same very YouTube channel, there will be the premiere of the actual video clip that I've been working on for, I don't know, 2 weeks. Hey Rockstar, welcome to the chat as well. So today we're streaming to 2 channels on Facebook through Restream. We're going out to my Facebook personal page and to my music page, and we're going out to Twitch for the first time, and we're going out to the usual Facebook. So hopefully this is all working well and good, because this is the new streaming service that I'm going to be using. Oh yeah. All right, let's get into it. Let's have a look. Now this is going to be messy here because I really haven't organized anything. But let's have a look if there's been any apps that have dropped in price before we get into today's Bismillies. What is Bismillies? I don't even know. It's not even a word. There doesn't look like there's much. I haven't really checked apps because I've got no money to buy apps. I spent all my money to make this bloody video clip. So that's pretty crazy. Look, there looks like there's really nothing new over here. No price drops really. DigiKeys is still on special. Analyzer, 4Pocket stuff. But that's about it. G'day Gary Hubs. Welcome to the chat as well. So we've got a few more people here. I know, it's I kind of really didn't organize this properly. It was a rush thing, as I said. So yesterday I was at the stage yesterday morning, so about 24 hours from now, from where we are now, I was starting to put all these tracks, all the video files of all the characters to green screens, and it was a big job. Let's just say that took about 14 hours to put all the pictures and all the videos behind the actual characters. I actually cheated a little bit, and some of them I actually moved over to my laptop to do some of them because they were just too difficult and small to actually get done on my iPad. And this is something I had to learn. So, you know, you learn from your mistakes. This is the first time I've made a music video using my iPad to this kind of level. This was a pretty massive project, I have to admit. Welcome, Scott, to the chat as well. Good to see you as well. So the mistakes I made was filming in front of my green screen and jumping around really low and being too close again to my green screen in some parts, that I was casting a shadow in between my legs. What I have worked out is I'm going to need a couple more soft boxes if I'm going to have to do something like this again. So when I was using LumaFusion, some of the footage for the GIMP, I actually had to move over back into OBS where I filmed it on my computer to use the green screen in there to actually get it to work, because the GIMP, I couldn't get it to work because of all the jumping around I was doing. So just to let you know, I did record all of the video parts using my laptop, using my Logitech 920C cam in 1080p through OBS. So that's how I recorded all of the parts. So what I'm going to do first is jump into my Files app. Now in the last episode, and if you haven't seen that, I'll put a card up for those watching on the replay up above my head right now, and you can go to the last episode where I showed the actual video recordings that I made of all the characters. Now since then I made a few more, which was of the GIMP, which was of the close-ups of the kick drums, and what else? I can't remember. Something else. They're going to be in here anyway. So let's have a look what I did yesterday by adding the green screen footage of the characters to background images and video. So I'm going to open up, I think it's in this folder. All right, let's start first. So we started off with, now there is music on these two. I'm going to turn it down and I'll let you know how I did all of this just to start off with. G'day Benedict Stewart, welcome to the chat. Now, if you are recording these kind of things, I'll give you a few tips here. This is really important. Pay attention to this, because I ran it through my head and hoped it was going to work, and it sure did. It saved me a lot of hassles. So when you're recording your parts, so I was doing this to a music, clearly, because it's a music video. I filmed through each character twice on the song. So I was playing it loud through the laptop while I was recording, and I played through and acted out all the parts of an entire song and had it on repeat, and then it played the song again. So I did it twice for each part. Why I did it like that and it was recorded onto the footage was so I could just bring it into LumaFusion and match up the song exactly with the actual file of the song. And I could do that with each file and just stack them all on top of each other and then start chopping bits out. Like you would do in GarageBand if you were recording vocals and you started cutting and blending vocal parts in multiple tracks. So very similar to that. So it looks like a game of Tetris really. And then once you've finished, so it's just like comping vocals. That's the word I was looking for. So once I got to the end of getting all the parts cut and all lined up, then I could comp them all into one track instead of having 6 tracks all over the place. But you'll see that in a second. So here's one of the first parts I did. So this was the main scene I used for the GIMP. This is his castle, I call it. So I did 3 different shots of this. So I'll play it. I'll just make sure the music's down because it's probably going to be loud. We're playing. So there you go. What the fuck, man? Okay, so that's that one. Now, what I also did, welcome aboard, also Sion, good to see you too. So this is another take, exactly the same scene, but I've actually made the image behind a little bit bigger to try and suit my body. It's the exact same footage. And I'll show you again in the next one. So this is the third one. You should notice the actual windows are a bit larger. So a different perspective for each of these. And I was just going to see which one was going to actually work out. So this one, the third one's the one I actually used. So same footage each time. And this is the main GIMP part. Like, as I forward through, it's just me pulling stupid things, jumping around, doing dumb things. And that's that part. What's this one? Okay, let me think. So Darth Vader had a whole lot of different parts as well. So I actually built up all the background images. I built up with multiple green screens. So this one's actually 3 images behind Darth Vader. So it's like it's a drawing of of a Star Destroyer. Then there's some animated stormtroopers in the background who are talking to each other. And you'll notice along the back there's a little service droid that passes through. So only subtle things I wanted moving around in the background. I should make this full screen, shouldn't I? There we go. Sorry about that. God, I'm so tired, folks. I bet I sound tired as fuck. So you can see the stormtroopers talking to each other in the background. Turn that down a bit. And there's a little service droid going past in the background. And you can see me just sitting there going, fucking hell, man, got to get these gloves on. You will notice too, see the helmet? Look, I tried my hardest to get the helmet to work, but in certain parts the helmet disappears in this scene. I did everything I could. This is my first music video, so whatever. It'll have to do, folks. So yeah, again, I just playing along. A lot of the stuff I was out of time. But because you do 2 takes, you can chop them up and get the best out of them. So that's one scene there. Then I had a whole bunch of other scenes of Darth Vader actually attacking the drum kit with a lightsaber. And as you see, there's 2 back screens here. There's a green screen and there's a animated space scene in the background. So, and that lightsaber actually lights up as well. That's an actual, it's got a battery and it does light up and make noise and stuff. It's pretty weird. So that's that scene. That's me just smashing up the drum kit. What is this one? I think this is another take of that. Now, there's some scenes I didn't actually use as well. So, g'day SM Borthwick, welcome along. Thanks for joining us. So, here's another scene. So, I turned the drums on the side and started smashing them kneeling down. And this is the Emperor's throne room. So, I took a photo of the Emperor's throne room. This is from a Star Wars game, I think. I actually, I played, I booted up, God, what's it called? Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I got in the game and tried to freeze this picture. Then I cut out all those window panes and made them green and then added a space scene in the back. So that's that one. What I also did, I did a scene too where I was playing with my back to the actual drums. That was part of the storyboard I was doing as well. I decided it looked stupid. You couldn't actually see anything. Like my shoulders were so broad and the cape so big it covered everything that I was doing. So that's the same footage just with a bigger background. So this one was just me waving my sword around. There's no music on this one. So this is just you know, doing general Darth Vader stuff, swinging my sword around, making violent, threatening lightsaber moves and stuff. Man, I love my Darth Vader costume. How damn cool is that costume, yeah? It's you know how awesome it feels to wear that costume? It's fucking... Man, you don't want to take it off. Like, the problem is you can't breathe in it. Like, no wonder Darth Vader needs a breathing apparatus. That thing is crazy hard to breathe in. I was struggling. I'll be honest, with all of the costumes that I wore, I had to take a break for like 20 minutes after each one because there's just no air. I couldn't breathe and my health isn't that good. So all this jumping around absolutely killed me. Yesterday I couldn't walk. All the muscles in my legs were absolutely stuffed. So luckily I was editing. So as you can see, there's just general like swinging the sword around and shit there. What else have we got? So this is one of my favorite scenes. Fucking hell. This one made me laugh my tits off. So this is a tribal healing drum I made at a Indian healing drum weekend that went over 3 days, and I actually made this drum, and I thought it would be cool to do a scene on like a grassy land and like a tribal Indian, but Darth Vader, and hitting the drum with a lightsaber while my TIE fighter is on fire. So that's what's going on. Oh dear. Yeah. I don't know. Man, I've been laughing at this. I didn't actually use this scene. This scene didn't make it in. I didn't go with that one. I went with this one because I think this one's heaps funnier. I actually used the beater that I made for the drum instead of the lightsaber, and oh, small things amuse small minds, I guess. So LumaFusion Sion is what I used to layer all this stuff. Not all of this. Some of them I actually did. Some of the GIMP stuff I did in OBS on my computer because LumaFusion was struggling with it big time. But all the rest of it, all this stuff was done in LumaFusion. So what else do we have? There's only a few more. So this was the kick drum. So I tried to get these close-ups of me doing the kick drum. Okay. This one I didn't go with, so I was trying to get like the shot in the background of the space window, but that one I didn't go with because so I cut the space window out to make it fit better, and I ended up cutting this whole video down a fair bit. What else have we got here? So this scene didn't get used at all. I was intending on using the green screen in the back here. As you can see, there's like smoke running on this one. Don't know what's... There we go. But and with all these burnt out buildings. So I actually didn't use this. It just... I don't know. It just didn't work for me. Welcome Langston Reese. Good to see you too. So this is the actual footage I did go with for the bass player. Was this burning city with all these embers and stuff. So this is about 3 layers of art. So you've got lightning, you've got embers, and you've got the clouds in the background, and then the scene. And to make, as I said, like in the previous video, I'm using like, I don't know why this keeps stopping. I'm using like each of the one footage and then doing zoom ins and zoom outs. So you can get like 3 different shots from each particular piece. What else we got here? I'll just go through these. So this was actually, God, there's a guy on YouTube who puts up a whole lot of videos, which are royalty free, of him playing campaigns of video games. So that's what I use for this one. Let's see, because it's got a whole lot of explosions in it in the background. So yeah, I'm trying to get my sleeves down. I'm thinking here, should I put my collar up? Yeah, collar looks cool. And I'm like, nah, collar looks dumb, put it down. Get back to playing. Cool, that's that one. There's only a few more here. So this is the other guitarist. The other guitarist shots. So this is 3 layers. So there's like little fireflies floating around. There's rain in the background. There's clouds moving as well. So there's 3 layers there. And then in the finished product, I put rain in the front as well. So the rain's going over the character. What else we got? The weird dancing lady. Oh man. So what I did with this was I took the footage and then I widened the character. So I've made it fuck, that's weird. So she's in front of a disco ball as well. So I changed the proportions of the characters. What the fuck? What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, so they're all the scenes there that I was getting ready to put in. So let's jump into LumaFusion and have a look at how this video has turned out. All right. Just remembering in 37 minutes time, the premiere will be on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to finish this show 10 minutes before, and then I'll post a link in the chat so you can all jump over, and the premiere of the actual video clip will be happening. So let's have a look at all of this put together. As you can see, looking at the timeline, as I said, it's all one strip. And you can see when I zoom in, there's a lot of cuts here. Everything's all been cut and put into one strip. There's some things that are sitting over the top, like this particular one. This is an extra green screen thing I added in the end. So if I show you this, I can mute this out. So it's a rain effect. Welcome back, Gary Hubs. So this is just a green screen rain effect that I put in front of this actual character. I'll bring this back in now. Just to give the rain fully, just that really good effect for this, because it kind of looks stupid. So here's some of the other GIMP stuff that you haven't seen. This is the GIMP in the padded cell. Jumping around, going crazy. Then we had all these shots too, which you would have seen on the last episode, were all the strobe shots. So there's all these close-up strobe shots as well. Let's get through. There's your dancer. We've got this. How cool is this one with Darth Vader spinning his sword really quickly? I'll show you this one really fast. See how quick that is. Oh my god. I'll go to some of these dark shots. So the only thing I didn't really animate, I'll show you this, is this scene here. So this one I made, I'll show you how I made this. Let's jump out of this project. So I made this one in a completely different project. And it's a good idea to do this. I say, do as I say, not as I do. Let me find it. Just have to do a search for World Divided. World. And it is this one here. So new World Divided video. So as you can see, there's multiple tracks here. And what I did was, I'll take them all out. Let's take out. So that is the back. Oh, let's take out. Oh, that one's not even doing anything. So that's the bass player. I've added the bass player in on one track. I've added the drummer in to another track, and the bass track is this flat screen. Now I was going to actually go back and fix this and make the Star Destroyers actually move, but I just ran out of time, and it looked good enough. So basically, I made this in another project. And then I just exported that as a 1080p file and then imported it into the main project. So it's a good idea if you want to build up specific parts and not clutter up your timeline, to just create extra projects. And they take up less room too. So it's a really cool idea to do that. I do it a lot with my videos, especially this one, and I was going to actually do more parts with all of them in the shot, but I don't know, it just, by the time I started putting the clips together, it didn't need it. It was just good that there was one with two of them together. That was enough. Now let's get back into the actual main project. God, why does it keep disappearing? I have to do a search for it again. World Master. So there it is, World Master. So I'm going to show you the end of the video, just because what I did in here I reckon is really cool. And I didn't do any of this until right till the end, and then I went back through the whole video and did all of this to the rest of the video. So when it comes back into the chorus, I actually started panning. So I'll go into this and show you how you do this. So in your project here, you can see my mouse moving around, hopefully. You come down and click this frame and fit selection, and you can set points here. Like if you're using the old Flash software from Adobe to animate stuff. So you can put in these little points to animate. So here you can see I've put a little point in here, and you click this one down here to set your first point, and then any other point along the timeline, you click this second one. So what I did was, like, on this first one, you can see the actual size of it just fits into the frame. And then when I click on the end of it, eventually it's going to go to the end. Yeah, did it do it? Yeah. Let's go here. Start. All right, so there you go. At the start, it's all the way out. And when you go to the end, it's close up and to the side. So when you play it back, it gives the whole, like, just a plain shot filmed in a garage, in front of a green screen, doing the same shit. It actually gives it so much more body and makes it look like it's an actual cinema shot. Let's have a look at it. So that's all it is. And I went and did that with all these ones here at the end. So as you can see here, and you want to change them up. You don't want them all to do the same thing. So because this one is zooming in, the next one I wanted to zoom out. And then the next one, zoom in. And then the next one, back out. And then this one to the side. So I could get both the characters in. And then the little part with Darth Vader bashing the drums. And then end on the GIMP. So you can just, as you can see, you can turn like these very, simple singular screen shots into very complex stuff. Which isn't really complex at all. It's pretty basic stuff, but it makes it look song, and I only did it to select shots. So as you recall too, let's have a look at this. I'll get out of this project again, because this is really interesting. We'll go back to, hopefully it's all still here. All divided. This is the original. Now, you may remember from the previous episodes, I was going to use footage of riots and stuff. But as the production went on, I didn't need it. The characters became see at the start of the original video, I had all this footage of riots and police and stuff, and I was going to like cut back and forward to that kind of stuff. But as I got further into the video, I started to see I had all this stuff in there. I realized that the characters were actually starting to dominate the whole and tell a story. So I didn't need any filler to do that. And the original stuff, if you recall, that I had in here, let's see, can I just go to my imported files, go to the files app here. Scroll down to the bottom. Hopefully everything's here. So you remember I made these storyboard files. Are they in here? Maybe they're not. That's weird. Let's have a look at those anyway. I think they're still in my... Oh, they're in my Photos app, that's why. So I made all these storyboards. Here they are. So we had, you know, Darth Vader on the drums. We had the close-ups of the characters, side profile, back. These are all the original green screen storyboards that I went with. And they all turned out really cool. So let's pop back into LumaFusion. And I think... I don't know, and if you do remember... Hi, Russ. Welcome to the show. In this scene here, I had a drawing. Let's bring it in, actually. Let's bring in the character. Let's bring in the original file that was in here, just to show you. Because I didn't actually keep all of the things as I went. Normally I do that. So where am I? It was... It was this bass dude. Yeah, it was him. So let me drag this in here. Actually, I'll stick this up the top. So, and I'll just show you again if you're not sure about, so if Sion's still here too. All you need to do is double click on your image to get into the edit section. And then down here, you can go into your colors and look for your green screen and all your filters and stuff. And it's the little keyhole up the top here on the right hand corner, little key. And you'll see top first one, green screen key. You click that and it takes away that green background. So what I normally do is hit the little eye. There's a little eyeball there just to turn it off. And you want to try and get your color palette to match this green. All right, so you click the little eyedropper and drag it onto the screen so it matches the green. Then turn your eye back on. And here's where the magic starts. So you normally go your hue range up the top. Try and get this as close as possible without pulling the green. And then you want to take this bottom one and fill that out just till the edges start getting a bit green. And then pull back. And then take the middle one and fill out any of the stuff that's missing. So now you can see I've got green around the edges. So now I want to take this bottom one down to try and get rid of as much of that as possible. And here's another tip too. If you click on the actual color palette and you can pull down a little bit, and normally that gets rid of it. Let's see. But this is the thing, you just got to fuck around. There we go. So it was that one. So now you can see all the green is gone there. And this is what I had for the original footage. I had this little dude in front of this moving screen, and I actually had him moving, right? Let's try and do it. Let's try and set up how I had it last time. So we'll take it to the start. I actually took this guy, and I'll show you how to do this. So I want to move him over here out of the shot. I want to make it a little bit bigger, or you can just leave it the size it is. So it's not in the shot, so it doesn't really matter. Now what I'm going to do down here is set up a key point. So I'm going to click this little button here, and it sets a key at the beginning. And then I'm going to click the arrow to go right to the end. And then I'm going to click a key point here. And then I want to drag this photo all the way to the end, because it's traveling. It's going on an actual rail, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So now, if we watch this, and I'll just remove the actual footage of the real person, this is what you get. Sorry, I left the real person in. So this was the original one that I had. So then the thing was to recreate that with a living person. So let's get rid of that drawing now. And I had to sit diagonally in front of my in front of my green screen, and I took a few different shots of this, and I was cross-legged and rocking back and forward. So I wanted to create like a person in a mental institution rocking back and forward. And one of them actually worked. So as you can see here, it looks pretty cool. So that's how I made that. So that's how you can use your key points to animate your characters. Now remember, that's kind of was moving diagonal, so I had to actually make it a little bit bigger as I got towards the end, because it's you know, perspective and all that kind of stuff. So it's really fun to play with all this shit, and you know, you can spend hours going over and over and over and over to get it all right. So that's a little bit of. This was the original project, so I'll show you the end of this too. There's a whole bunch of stuff here, a whole lot of ideas which I didn't use. I think they're in this. Maybe not. Maybe it's in the other one. Let's get out of this project. I'll show you the last project, and then I'll show you the other piece of software I used to dirty up the final film. So it was in this one. Check this shit out. So I was going to make actual multiple scenes with multiple characters in it. Oh no, it's not in that one. Maybe I deleted it. There you go. All right. So that's, if you want to watch, if you're watching on the replay, you want to go back, you can watch there. I think there's now, this is the 5th episode in this music video creation series. There's a playlist, and it goes through from the very beginning of making the actual storyboards, to putting the storyboards into LumaFusion, to starting to film the live scenes, to using the green screen, and to this episode today. So they're all in a comprehensive little playlist if you want to go back and have a look. Now what I'm going to show you is what I did to the final actual mix of this. So after I mastered this and got my final version, let's just show you a little bit of it. Cool. So it's really clean, right? Now, and intentionally, I went for a really cartoon look. So it's got a real cartoon grain to it, but I want it to be much more grainier than this. I want it to have film scratches. I want it to be grainier. I want it to be like it'd been roughed up and dragged through the mud, right? So what I did was this software is really cool. I've used this app for ages. It's a really old app in my collection. It's called Videon, Videon. And every time you open it, it says that you're on low disk space. Without fail, even though I've got 12 gig available. So what you do is you import your video into this. Okay, so here's the video. You import it in. Let's do it. So you just click on it, and it takes you to this. It's a really basic app, trust me. And you just get these 4 little things down the side here. I don't really touch settings. There's a lot of things in this I don't play with because they're kind of useless. Langston Reese, did you see Darth Vader in the video? Dark Vader? Anyway, so here we go. Here's your selection of things that you've got here. You can add music, you can add image, you've got frames, all this kind of stuff. All I really wanted to add was some dust to this. So if I put this marker here and I just bring up this, you can see all these scratches and dust start appearing over the top of this. And then you hit the little tick button. I wanted some flicker. Now what this does, you don't want to use a lot of this. If you turn it up a lot, you can see what it does here. Adds way too much flicker. So I think I set it for this for about 10. That's what I set it for. And I wanted some film grain, but not a lot. Again, I only used about, I think I used 15 for film grain. Just, you can see just how it gives it a much dirtier edge. And what else did I do in here? So I got out of the effects, and the other stuff I used was just exposure and stuff. And I can't remember the settings I did, but just to brighten it up a bit, make it really overexposed, because I want it to be cartoony. And So I think I'd went about 30 with contrast. Saturation, I think I went about 20 up, so about 60. Low disk space, fuck off. And I think I added some vibrance. So there we go, some vibrance. It was about 60 I added there. And the last thing I did was, you've got a whole bunch of presets here, and I just added this film, and as you can see, look at that. Just brightens everything up totally, because I really want it to be cartoony and over the top. And then basically all you do is just hit this little button here, and that saves it. So this is a really cool app just to, you know, add scratches. You can, you know, add black and white stuff. You've got a whole lot of really cool filters here. I've used this thing for ages and I love it. It's very cool, and it does a really good job of fucking around with stuff. And you can just hit X and it's done. And when you save it, it creates your file, and then up the top here you can basically just click this and save it and delete. One thing, if you are going to use this app Videon, I will remind you of, if you make videos in here and then save it out to your photos, every video that you make, it actually stores it and it adds up to your memory being sucked up. So a good idea is to save and then go back and delete the stuff once you're really happy with it, because you will end up with an app just full of gigabytes of crap. Let's see. Sion says, would you mind showing your video apps folder? So I've got a few different ones. So here's one of them, Sion. There you go. So what do we got? Video to MP3, relook, early computer. That gives you like, this is pretty cool. This. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. It allows you to like mimic like a Commodore 64, and you can write stuff in here if you wanted to make a computer screen. I love this thing. Anyway, let's get out of that. Vismato, Videon, Moldiv. So glitch art, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. As you can see, I've got another video folder. Where's that? So I've got photo editing. There's some video stuff in there as well. And there's another video thing, I think. No, there isn't one here. That's about it. So I reckon we're at the end. Folks, if you're still with me, good on you. Man, I can't wait to sleep. I can't wait to sleep. So I'm not going to play the whole thing on here because you're going to get to see it at the premiere, which is going to start in 15 minutes time. And that's really fucking exciting, because once it's done, I'm going to go to sleep and not think about this at all. Happy days. Because I'm absolutely knackered. If are there any questions in the live chat before I go? Is there anything you want me to run through on LumaFusion that I haven't done so? I guess and you know, all the gear I used for this, pretty much the softbox lights cost me $40 Australian. The green screen cost me $50, and it's like 3 meters by, I think it's 3 meters by 2 meters. So it's pretty massive green screen, and you can actually change the size of it, make it 2 by 2. So you can, and lower it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that was $50. And yeah, the setup, as I showed in the previous video, in my garage was just to set up 2 soft boxes, my laptop on a table, and the green screen, and a fan. A fan's a really good thing if you're wearing stupid costumes and jumping around like a dickhead. I will let you know too, the old lady mask that I got was damaged when I got it. It had a big tear up the back. I got a refund. They gave me my whole refund back and let me keep the mask. And the dreadlock wig was disgusting. It was the worst wig I've ever seen. There were hardly any dreadlocks on it. And I complained to them, and I got a refund for that too. Both of them could go in the bin. They're such shit. But and Stu Cash says, I've set up a green screen in the garage too now. In the garage. In the garage. Talk about garage band coming to life in the garage. 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 Anyway, I'm talking stupid nonsense now. It's time to go. So hopefully you guys will join me for the premiere of the live stream. Where is it? Let me I should post it in the chat, shouldn't I? Just to be decent. How do I get to that? I'm just finding the link for you guys. Uploads, where is it? So it starts in 13 minutes. Here we go. Here's a link. I think I can type in here. There we go. So there's a link. Did that work? Let me know if that worked. There's a link to the premiere of my video. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Probably in the next... Oh, yeah, guess what? It's episode 100. I almost forgot. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for making this get to 100. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for supporting the channel. Just thank you. And I'm so... when I started out this whole thing, it was more just to get up each day and get out of bed and have something to spur me to be healthy and try and be as healthy as I can. But as time has gone on, I actually now get up not for that, but to keep making these videos because of all the amazing things I'm seeing all the people in this community make. And it's sick. It's so cool to see it. And I've got to interview so many cool people. I've got to look at so many cool apps. So many developers have given me free codes to give away. So I've got to do that for all you guys. Codes to even play with and add to a lot of the things that I've created, like this EP and this video. So I've used a whole lot of apps that developers have given to me. I get to chat with all you guys each day and I get to see all the things that you create. So thank you so very much for all your support. And let's hope we can get to, because we're nearly at 800 subscribers. So let's hope we can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my target. By the end of 2020, 1,000 subscribers. And here's to another 100 episodes in the future. I'll be back tomorrow, folks, and we'll be looking at how to live stream using an iPad and an iPhone. How cool is that? For absolutely free. So join me for tomorrow's show. Take care, and I will see you over on the premiere. For those watching on the replay, you'll see a screen coming up with the subscribe button and a playlist. So click that and please subscribe and all of that. And please like and share and all that bizzo. That's it for today. Thanks, folks. Have a really great day and I'll see you at the premiere. Adios, amigos.